This is INCRadio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are right now. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode of INCRadio New York. I am Sister Abby Hidalgo, your host for today's episode. And with me, we have Sister Mika and Brother Lance in Niagara Falls. Hello, Sister and Brother. How are you doing this morning?
Doing well. It is a little misty out here.
It's great. I love it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone tuning in right now. And same to you, Sister Abby. We're so excited to be here at Niagara Falls. Trying to like suppress the urge to jump.
Yes, it looks nice and
very
cool,
cold.
right?
Yeah. It's warm out here at the same time, but the temperature of the water is making the change in difference in temperature a little better. Yeah.
The mist from the bottom up is here.
Yeah, I feel it.
It makes everything really, really cool. How is the weather where you're at right now, Sister Abby?
It's getting really warm or really hot. I think starting tomorrow, there's notifications for my area in New England or Connecticut that we're going to have a heat wave, and it'll last until, I believe, maybe Tuesday. So stay well hydrated, stay inside if you can, stay cool. It's going to be like 100 plus degrees Fahrenheit. So I know other regions of the world, it might be nothing to you, to you guys, but for us here in cold New England, sometimes it's just maybe a little bit too hot for us.
I know I heard about the weather being in like the hundreds next week. So yes, please make sure to put on your SPF. No matter if it's sunny or cloudy, protect your skin. Like Sister Abby said, make sure you hydrate well. Yes, if you need to turn on your AC, do so.
Yes.
So that you can stay cool.
Stay
cool. The key.
And we have not special, but we have a very lovely topic to discuss. And we have a couple graduates that will be joining us today. We have Sister Erich from the local of Bristol. Kindly say hello, Sister Erich. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi. Hi, I'm Sister Erich from the locale of Bristol, New York, and I'm a graduate. I'm promoting from middle school to high school, and shout out to my locale over there. At the Abbey is also in that locale too. Yeah.
Thank you, Sister.
Shout out to everyone.
Yes, and then we also have Sister Casey. So, Sister Casey, can you kindly introduce yourself and what year you're graduating?
Okay, hello everyone. I am Sister Casey Batitai from the local congregation of Boston. I graduated from high school and I'm going to go to college. And I would like to shout out my family, the local congregation of Boston, the extension of Londonderry, and Portland Group Worship Service.
All right. Well, thank you, sisters, for joining us today, and congratulations to you and to all the 2025 graduates this year. But
That's
graduation.
Right. Before you continue, Sister Abby, there is one other graduate that I would like to congratulate. Sister Abby, congratulations on graduating. Can you please tell us what you're graduating as?
Yes, so I decided to take another degree. So I graduated with my doctorate in medical sciences, and it's specifically for physician assistants. And with this degree, I'm taking a break. I'm going to figure things out, but hopefully it'll, advance my career from being clinical to non-clinical. So that's kind of, I guess, my end goal. But yes, I'm taking a break, but thank you. Thank you, Sister Mika.
It's still a huge accomplishment, you know. I love how you said I got another degree so nonchalantly, right? Like,
Yeah.
Call her Dr. Abby now.
yes, Dr. Abby. Oh, it is perfect.
Yes.
Congratulations to the three of you and to all of the graduates of 2025. Amazing job, everyone. And yes, please tell us what exactly we're going to talk about on INC Radio today.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about, graduation. It's often celebrated as a finish line, but what happens after the tassel turns and the people you saw every day aren't around anymore? We on to our next step in life. Whether you're leaving elementary school or college, one of the biggest challenges is in any transition is what happens to our friendships. So today, we will be talking to our graduates at different stages to explore how we can stay connected, how we can make new connections, and what friendship really looks like after the cap and gown. So for those in our YouTube live chat, share with us your experience in graduating and how you maintain those friendships after those next stages in life, or how you can make new friends in the next chapter in your life. So without further ado, we can have our discussion. So first question, what changes in your friendship after graduation that you didn't expect? We can start with probably Sister Casey.
All right, so what I didn't expect after graduation was how much people would break off. Because for context, I am part of a pretty big friend group, but after graduation, people kind of broke off, like went pairs or kind of like went solo, that kind of thing. So just something that was surprising to me.
How about you, Sister Erich? What things with friendships that you didn't expect after graduation?
I didn't expect that. A lot of my plans with my friends because also for context in school I have a pretty decent friend group. I have like almost like 4 to 6 people in there. It's probably a lot, but yeah. I've made we've made a lot of plans together, especially what we're gonna do during summer break or what we're gonna do in high school, like what groups we're gonna be in or what clubs we're gonna be in high school. But in the end, we haven't made any progress yet, and most of our plans are like not yet finished or not even fulfilled yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to you guys. I don't know, Sister Mika and Brother Lance were kind of in the older group. After high school, we also had big friend groups, but then we move on with some people move away for college, some people move away for work, join the military, whatnot, and we, break off into our own little thing. And it's sometimes we're like, oh, we'll be friends forever. You write in your yearbooks like keep in touch. I forgot those acronyms that we like write in our yearbooks. I don't even know if that's still a thing, but we always try to keep those friendships. What, Brother Lance?
Hags, have a great summer. I believe that was like a thing back in the day.
Yeah, we're aging ourselves very much.
Yeah,
But yeah,
we're showing our age. But it does happen. Does happen when your friend group does break off into little friend groups. Also, this is part of your journey as growing up. To develop new friends, and those are part of your memories now. Doesn't mean like you don't see them again, but it's just you guys have more things to do in life now. So it's part of life. As you grow up, you tend to not see your friends as much. So it's
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it's definitely still early on in our program, but people come into our lives. People come into our lives for a reason. right? They're at that stage of our lives to help us with whatever, we go through. And then once they're done with it, then they, go into different ways. So I think that's one thing to look at it. And we just basically widen our circle afterwards.
Mhm.
Right. And I feel like it's exciting to expect new friendships to bloom in the next stage of your life, high school and then college.
Yes. Agreed. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, like, it's more difficult sometimes to maintain those friendships. But how do we maintain those friendships? What are some things that you guys have been able to do to stay close with your friends after graduating? Want to join in?
So for me personally, in this aspect, technology and social media have been my biggest help because, with those tools, I'm only like a text message or a comment away from getting to see what my friends are up to, kind of seeing what their lives are like after graduation. So I get to have like those little talking points and be like, oh, what are you up to? How are you? And yeah, so being able to initiate conversation that way kind of helps keep me close and always gives us something to talk about so that we're not just like drifting apart.
How about you, Sister Erich?
Just like what sister how do you spell her name again? Kristen. I'm sorry. Technology is a really big has been like a really big thing that helps me keep in contact with my friends, because just like you said, it's one swipe away. Like you can just do video calls with them, text messages, and even interacting with them in social media platforms. And but also, aside from technology, making plans with other people, and also even keeping up with them maybe during gatherings, and especially inside the church with our friends here. Maybe we have some other friends inside the church that maybe your classmates too. We can see them in activities, gatherings, and other stuff inside the church, which makes it fairly easy to being close with them.
Yeah. I mean, with my friend group in high school, because we went off to college, everyone was like everywhere, like in Massachusetts, some was in Minnesota, New York, Maryland. So we're all over the place. But I mean, we always made it a point that during our semestral breaks or our breaks, like during Thanksgiving in November, winter break, or even summer breaks, we always have breakfast. There's this place in my old hometown that we always gather for breakfast. And then we always made it a point to, let's have breakfast together and catch up. Now they moved off into other towns and outside the state. But I mean, we try to keep in touch with technology. That definitely helped. I don't know about you, Brother Lance and Sister Mika. I don't think we had social media that much back in the day until like later on in our lives. But
I know the funny. So I'm gonna talk about my senior year class in the Philippines. So I graduated. Don't calculate my age. I graduated very early very early though. So anyway, so I graduated high school. I graduated high school in 2003. So my high school friends, like, were you born already in 2003?
some of them are. Anyways,
there you go. This is aging me. Okay. But yeah, so I think about 5 years or so, actually not even 5 years after our graduation, we would always just hang out or like go out together as friends after we graduated high school, and that continued even when I had already left Philippines. So and even while I was here, my friends there would message me like Camille, because they called me Camille, not Mika, because that's my real name. they would call me and they were like, "When are you coming home? We miss you." We try our best to keep in contact, through means of technology. They would send me pictures and videos whenever we would have like a reunion. So I think that's really nice. Even now, we would send messages to each other just to see how everyone's doing. Even one of my best friends back when I was in high school, she lives in New Zealand now, and you know, we message each other on social media just to see how everything is. So it definitely takes work on either parts, right? It's definitely something that you put work in because it's so easy to kind of just let it pass and just forget, like out of sight, out of mind. So yeah, again, it's work to put in to keep the friendship alive.
Yeah, it's a lot of effort, but if you're really, and it goes both parties, so if you're willing to put forth the effort and try to find a common date, I know that's always a difficulty, is to find a common date and time, and when everyone is available just to hang out. But yeah, so next question. Have you guys made friends in your next stage? What helped, or how was it awkward? I guess what advice can you give to those who are trying to make new friends in the next stages of your lives?
So for me, what really helped, again, social media was a really big help, and also reaching out first. Because, for example, I've had like upperclassmen from when we were both still in high school. Maybe I know that they're gonna go to university in like a location that's close to me, and I know some like other mutual friends who are also gonna go to university in a close by location. So on social media, if we're already like friends with each other, I try to reach out first, be like, "Oh, what's up?" And if they post on social media, I can kind of gauge what they're up to, their likes, dislikes, interests. And so I can kind of get to know more about them through that and kind of make it again a talking point. But the only really awkward thing is that obviously maybe you don't know each other that well yet, so you're still trying to gauge each other's personalities, kind of see what clicks, and knowing that, you're both such different people, but you have to like try to find a way to connect to them. That's the only awkward thing, but obviously you both kind of work through it.
How about you, Sister Erich?
Um, well, since I'm more of the social side, maybe I'm more of an extrovert than maybe an introvert. It's been fairly easy for me to make new friends, and I've definitely made more friends inside the church using during the activities because we have much in common. One advice I would give for people who want to make new friends, was that the question?
Yes.
Is to take the first step, because when you want to make friends with other people, because you have you have the same interests, or maybe you have something in common with them, it's more easier for you to take the initiative first, because firstly, both of you are awkward at the start, but in the end, if you could get to know each other very well, it's not really that awkward anymore.
You just have to, throw caution to the wind. Put yourself out there, right? We're both struggling to, find our place in life. And, it helps that you also have, a good sense of humor about yourself, that you don't take yourselves too seriously when putting yourself out there. And, even though I don't want to say strike out, but like if you meet people that you don't click well initially, that you'll eventually find your group of people. So you shouldn't be discouraged if you're having trouble making friends or trying to meet new people. Sometimes, joining groups, joining sports activities, you can meet people who have common interests like you. Yes, Brother Lance, you're waving. You have a
Sorry,
question? You
I
have
was
something
waiting
to
for people
input?
out here. Yeah, no, I was blaming other people here. Sorry,
Okay.
keep going.
All right. But yeah, I guess to wrap it up, looking ahead, how do you want to build and protect friendships in the future? What are your thoughts on that? Like, how can you maintain your friendships that you have, or build new ones? What are some advice, or what are your insights?
If I go first,
Mhm.
if wait to build friendships, it's important to have God always by your side, by always praying to him, by telling him, by asking him in your prayers to always guide you to meet new and better friends that you can be comfortable with, that you don't feel like you're just trying to fit in with them. Because I know for a lot of people out there, especially to maybe some teenagers, we always try to fit in with groups we don't usually click well or don't get along with, like, and that we'd feel left out sometimes. But always remember that God is always with you, and that if ever you don't feel like you have any friends right now in the present, you'll have and much better friends in the future.
How about you, Sister Casey? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, first of all, like Sister Erich said, what's really important is prayer, and praying that God will lead you to the right people and to the people who you're meant to be friends with. But also, what's really important is it boils down to getting out of your comfort zone, because I know that for me, I've kind of been an introvert for like all my life, but it's important to not be like rigid, not to
Mm.
just let people come to you first, because sometimes it just won't work that way. Because if you don't take the initiative, sometimes you won't be able to make any new friends. So you have to adapt and be flexible and learn how to reach out to people, and kind of what we've been talking about for most of this episode, taking the initiative.
Mhm.
So yeah, because I think that if you are bold and you do have that courage, then I think you'll be able to meet a lot of people that you didn't think you would be friends with before.
Yes, I agree I agree with both of what you were saying. And like, I think you also have to know your values, right? You don't want to be friends with people who will that might cause you to do something not close to your values. So, as members of the Church of Christ, we have to, kind of be a little more conscious of who we're friends with, so they won't lead you astray. It's good to meet new people. It's good to be social and, try to experience new things, but also remember who we are as members of the Church of Christ and what we hold important into our life. So we won't, do things that aren't good. I don't know about what final thoughts, Sister Mika and Brother Lance.
Yeah, it's very important to keep close with your friends, especially the really close ones. Even if they are far away, especially when you are in college, as you mentioned, it does get busy. You don't have as much as time to interact with them on a daily basis. But as mentioned by Sister Abby, even just having like one weekend in a month is enough to keep that friend loop together. Or even having just I mean, nowadays it's easy to have group chats and like different kinds of social media connections. So those things will keep your friendship stronger, and it's a good way to also to check to one another, because I'm sure as the more progressive you are in your studies, the harder it gets. The more stress also is added into it, and having those friendships close by to you will help you get by and also share experiences of what you're going through at the same time. So yeah, it's very important to always keep your friends close, even if they're far away. Again, social media is very powerful nowadays.
Yes.
Sorry.
Thank
That's
you
good,
for your
Lance.
profound words, Brother Lance.
I know. I was like, Lance is saying some very good words right now.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know what I can add to that. No, but I agree with what everyone has said, right? Sometimes we do have to take the first step, getting to know people. But the good thing about in our time now is that we have technology. the friends that we make in the future don't have to be friends in person, right?
Mhm.
Our people, because we need to find our people, right? People that share the same values as us, people that encourage us to be a better person, and of course, people that will help us to be closer to God. And those people um, doesn't necessarily have to live close to us or go to school with us. It could be people from a different district or state or even country. And that's what's great about now that we have technology. We can find our people from you know from other places as well. But of course, when it comes to finding new friendships, when you go to a different school or a different place in your life, yeah, we do have to take our steps sometimes. If we want to make friends, we have to be bold, right? We have to be brave. But God is also with us, so I feel like it'll be inevitable for us. We'll always be able to find people um, who are alike, and who will be with us and help us during our next stage of our life. So don't worry,
Yes, exactly.
you'll
It'll be fine. There's also Christian Brotherhood International, or CBI. So for all those college students and high school students also, and even the younger ones, it's a good way to connect to one another. Because especially college, CBI members have the same niche group sometimes in terms of your college degree. So you might be able to reconnect with those kinds of people who's taking the same degree as you are, and be able to know what they're going through, and also maybe do a study group with them. So it's a good it's a good thing to join, since it's an organization within the church that helps students.
That's right. And who better to share your experiences with, right? Who better to connect with that people experience the same things as you, right? And again, who has the same values as we do as members of the church. So yeah, so for all of those who are in high school or in college, please, we do encourage you to join the Christian Brotherhood International. Approach your civil officers if you don't know. If you have a CBI chapter in your area, so that we can connect with each other and grow together, because we don't have to do things alone, right?
Yes. Thank you to Sister Erich and Sister Casey for joining us on this conversation on, creating friendships after we graduate. So whether we're 10 or 20, staying close to old friends and finding our people in new places take time, effort, and heart. Friendships may change after graduation, but connection is something we all need to thrive. So reach out, send the message, start the conversation, because none of us have to figure it all out alone. And Sister Mika, what's going on in our district?
Yeah, so as you can see behind me, it's Niagara Falls. Today, the District of New York is spending some quality time here in Niagara Falls. We are having a family nature walk. So you're near the area.
Yeah, let us know.
Come through.
There's actually just a green screen in the background. That's the legit Niagara Falls. Actually, we are at Niagara Falls. So we're not streaming this with a green screen. This is actual Niagara Falls. If you're here, you can touch the water.
But don't jump. Funny thing is, my mobile carrier says "Welcome to Canada." I'm not in Canada. I'm still in the New York side of the falls. Apparently, according to them, I'm in Canada. So, but yes, it's it's been so great. It's not too hot out, and the mist from the waterfalls is very cooling. So yeah, so that's what's happening today. Next week, Saturday, at 12 noon, we are going to have the CWS Children's Worship Service for the little kids that are not baptized yet. We are going to have the Misa Dantanito. The main side is in Forest Hills, and other sides will be connected via video conferencing. So if your local congregation or extension has a representative, please do your best to support them and cheer them on. It's going to be a great and exciting time.
For those CWS, I believe there's you can quiz them ahead of an event to make sure they are prepared, especially the CWS teachers. Yeah,
Let's see if they know more than you.
yeah, you can ask them questions now. Since they have to prepare for 1 week, it's a good time to ask them questions regarding the Bible so that they can know how to answer it properly on the day off. You know, we're excited. Oh, it's already 12, so we should probably start wrapping up.
Yes. I know it's a fun conversation. It's a great thing to, talk about. And I wish I was in Niagara Falls too to enjoy the weather. But that's all for our show for today. Thank you again for tuning in. Again, congratulations to the class of 2025 and those who are taking the next steps in their lives. Thank you to the church administration for continuing to give us a platform like this to share and speak about important topics like these. So don't forget to catch us again next Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time or Sunday 11:30 p.m. Philippine Time. And greetings to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and to our current Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Ranyo Manalo. Also greetings to our INC radio station manager, Brother Wally Taray, and to our executive producer, Kuya Manley and Daya. And to our district minister, Brother Sheridan Santos, our assistant district minister, Brother Neil Patrick Omelda, our CFO advisor, Brother Jason Flores, and our district multimedia advisor, Brother Christopher Ornedo. That brings us to the end of our show. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and have a good night and stay cool. Hi, Sister Joy.
Happy Saturday.
See you next week.
Next week.